Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be an update for my whole collection, Project Pan. This project was created by Becky Loves Kanga, and this is the third or fourth year in a row that I'm participating in this project, and I just have so much fun with it. The cat is in my ring light. I have a really exciting update this time. A little background on this project. If you're unfamiliar, I randomized 10 beauty products for my entire collection to work on. I only want to work on 2 per product category, and I do try and have a combination of usage goals as well as like more traditional panning goals for the products I pull in. Just like it really depends on what product is drawn in for what my goal will end up being. But let's just hop in because like I said, I do have an exciting update. I'm just going to go in the order in which products were drawn into this project. Starting with this Ofra liquid lipstick in the shade Verona. My goal is to use this 20 times and I'm currently at 6 uses on this product. I have just not been reaching for it. This is a very dark brown nude for my skin tone and it's just not what I have been reaching for, as well as the product is pretty dry in here. I am still planning on getting my 20 uses, and then I think this will end up being a declutter just because it is so old. It's Ofra's like old, black cap packaging, and I think it's like nearing the end of its life. I still have 14 more uses on it, so this honestly might be in the project all year. Just as we are in spring moving into summer, I don't know how much I'll be reaching for this color. Next I have my KVD Inkwell liner in the shade Dark Wave. My goal is to use this 5 times and I have successfully done that. I'm very excited. I used it 3 more times this month for a total of 5 uses. I had plans on doing a fun, more editorial look for Instagram, and the occasion never arose. Those kind of looks take a really long time, and I typically don't get that long to do my makeup for the day. And many times I have things to do, places to go, so I can't spend that much time on makeup and then just immediately wash it off. And I am not confident enough to wear a fully like editorial style makeup look to the grocery store. So didn't get to that. Obviously this is not empty, so it will be just going back into my collection. So maybe another time I will be able to do the look I had in mind, but that will be rolling out. Next I have a cream blush. This is from Floss and it is their cheek and lip tint in the shade Sandals. This was brand new, like unused in my collection, so my goal is to use it 10 times and I did, the 10th time being today. This is a really beautiful cream blush. It is for cheeks and lips, however I did try it as a lipstick and I just don't enjoy it that way. The formula felt a little heavy on my lips, so I will just continue using this as a cream blush. That is the category I had it in my makeup inventory already. But I really enjoyed the 10 uses I got on this, and I'm excited to be pulling more new things in this month. To keep on that train, my KL polish in the shade Gumption. My goal is to use that 5 times, and I painted my nails for the last time with this polish this morning. I'm very happy to have this out, as we do have a second nail polish in this project pan that is more spring summer, and this is definitely a more wintry shade for me. But I am happy to have gotten use out of it, and again, happy to be putting this away. Last month this wasn't quite done yet, but I did roll in a product to replace it because it was so close. This is the Bare Minerals Lip Gloss Balm in the shade Sincerity. It actually took almost a full week to finish this off. I had taken the stopper out by the last update and there's just a teeny tiny bit in the bottom, and I got out all I could. I even put a spatula down in there, and I'm very happy to have a lip gloss empty. I technically counted that as an empty last time, but I wanted to like confirm with you that yes, it is completely empty now. Next is lip gloss I'm wearing today. This is the Dominique Cosmetics Lemonade gloss in the shade Peach Tea. My goal is to use this 20 times and I'm currently at 9 uses. Again, for me, a use is just a day in which I wear it, and that will include reapplications, but I don't tally those. I have made a little bit of movement. I'm down to about here in the packaging. Still a lot of lip gloss to go, of course, but I'm happy with the usage goal I have on here and 11 more uses on that. Another goal I met is on the Aurora Extensively Precise eyeliner in the shade Espresso. This was a dark warm brown liquid liner. Again, it was unused in my collection, so my goal was to use it 10 times, and I met that goal this month. I really enjoy that actually. I think I might bring it back upstairs. It is definitely a softer look than a black liner, but I also just like this product, and I like the shape of the little nib, whatever, something on this product. So I think I'm gonna keep it upstairs and continue using this. The kitten's down here and he's going to be a terror. I can already tell he's looking at getting into some trouble. The Tarte Beach Babe lipstick. My goal is to finish this because it is so close to being done. I've only used it 4 times with it being in this project. I just haven't been reaching for it all that much. But again, this is a great spring summer shade. I used this 3 times in the last month, so it was 1 time before that. But I am still hoping to finish this relatively soon. I've just been working on a lot of lip products. Speaking of a lot of lip products, there's one more in this project, and that is the iconic London Plumping Lip Gloss in the shade Love Struck. It's just a pale nude shade. My goal is to use this 20 times, and I've only used it once this month. That's kind of disappointing, but I've been reaching for, well, it took me a week to finish the Bare Minerals gloss, which I wasn't expecting, and then I've kind of moved on to this one just because I like, it's like a nice peach tone, you know? 2 more products to talk about. I'm trying to go as fast as possible. Last time I pulled in the Smashbox Cali Contour Kit, and it was the contour shade here that got pulled in. My goal is to use this contour shade 20 times, and so far I have used it 5 times in the last month. And when I use a face palette like this, I like to use more than 1 shade. So I've reached for the blush maybe once or twice, and I've reached for the setting powder as well. I really do not like this powder underneath my eyes, but I have been setting, you know, my cheeks and my forehead with that product, and that has worked well. So I'm happy to be getting more use out of the palette as a whole. Now that I have fake tanned and look a little less pasty, maybe I can get some use out of this highlight shade up here. This highlight is much too deep for my skin tone even when I am tanned, and I can use that as an eyeshadow, but that's not a priority right now. But 5 out of 20 uses on this contour shade so far. And lastly, the second nail polish I have in here, this is also from the brand Aurora, which I didn't notice until I was editing that I had 2 products from that brand in my project. This is their Gel Effect Nail Lacquer in the shade 4 Alarm Fire, which still doesn't make sense to me. It's shade 112, 4 Alarm Fire is the name. Anyways, my goal is to use this 5 times, and I've used it once so far. I have it on my toes currently. It's a very vibrant, summery shade. I'm very excited to use it on my nails, but I wanted to get my last use out of this dark polish before putting this on my hands, and I'm happy to be getting some use out of it. Nail polish is not something I have any interest in actually like panning. Like, you probably won't catch me doing a project polish because it's just not for me. But getting 5 uses out of nail polishes on a rotating basis has been working really well for me and keeps me from getting too bored. I just don't paint my nails all that often, and so I like rotating through my stash more. Wow, that was a lot of updates. I feel like I'm out of breath, but I will be rolling 4 items out. The KL polish, the KVD liner, the Aurora liner, and the cream blush. So I can roll in anything except for a lipstick or a lip gloss into this project. Again, only 2 type products per category. Let's just take these products one at a time, since I find if I roll everything at once, I always have to come back on camera to re-roll or something. So I have in, I'm trying to clear some space. I have in the numbers 2 to 645, and let's see what we get first. 220. Next we have 606, 437. That is KL Polish Gumption. I am not rolling that back in immediately. No way. 231. All right, one more. 363. All right, you guys, I have my products. Once again, I am going to be doing more usage style goals on these. I really don't feel like I could finish or hit pan on any of these items. All right, first up, we rolled in my Alamar Cosmetics Blush Trio, and we pulled in the shade Scorcher, which is this shimmery peach shade right here. While this does have a pretty significant embossing on here, I've used this trio quite a bit and none of them show a ton of wear. So I think I'm just going to go with 20 uses as a pretty good number of uses for this project for many products. So 20 uses on this blush. I'll say 20 uses or pan. If for some reason I hit pan in less than 20 uses, I'll roll it out, but I really don't see that being the case. This is a great blush trio to be pulling in for the springtime as well, so I'm very excited about that. Though I am working on quite a few blushes, that's okay. Speaking of blush, this is the third thing I rolled in, but I'll just talk about it now. This is the e.l.f. Putty Blush in the shade Fiji. This is extremely vibrant and perfect for summer. I really love this. I used it 10 times in a project earlier this year and the end of last year and really enjoyed my time. It's a very strange formula. It's not really a cream, but I also, like, when I think of a putty, I don't think of this texture. Like, it's very, very firm in there. It feels like a solid, but also not powdery, if that makes sense. So I'm going to do 20 uses on this one too. I think this will be harder for me to reach for 20 times than the Alamar palette, so I think I'll focus on this one a bit more. Maybe I'll layer the two sometimes, but I don't always like layering my cream blushes, especially when they're very vibrant and they hold their own really well despite having powder put on top of them. And then like my bronzer, etc. Some disappear and you need a powder blush to put on top to increase its longevity, but also to bring back some color to your cheeks. But with something this bright, I don't necessarily need to do that. And this formula just sticks really well to my cheeks, shines through, and also can be applied over top of powder. So I don't think it's going to be one I combine all the time with other things. All that being said, it's I think it's going to take me a little bit of time to reach 20 use goal on this. The second item I rolled in was an eyeshadow palette, and it is my Natasha Denona Peak palette. Anytime I roll in an eyeshadow palette, I just want to use it 10 times and however I please. This palette screams fall to me more so. It has gotten a bit of use from me and I'm excited to pull it out again. I've been having some issues with my Natasha Denona palettes that I really want to sort out. So I'm also working on the 5-pan Coral palette, so maybe I can combine those for some looks and just experiment more with the formula. So 10 uses for this guy. And lastly, I rolled in my Pixi Glow Mist, which I recently just put away. It was in my Shop My Stash for quite a few months. This is great for me in the winter. Already it was kind of starting to be a little bit too glowy, as my skin isn't as dry as it was, say, in January, now that it's warming up. So I'm going to do 20 uses on this as well. That does seem low to me for a setting spray, something I can use every single day, and I'm not working on any other setting sprays. But because this is the Glow Mist, I worry keeping it in too long in this project because I'm not going to want to reach for this in June, July, August, probably even September when it's much warmer here where I live, because this is going to make me look like a greasy disaster. So I'm hoping to just do 20 uses and knock those out as fast as I can and get this rolled out, because this really is a winter product for me. And I don't want it to just take up a space in this project until I feel like I want to reach for it in October, November, December. I hope that makes sense. This is also the jumbo size. I got it from Look Fantastic. It's the 5.41 fluid ounce size, and it's going to take me forever to go through this. This is up in my everyday makeup drawer for over 2 months, I think, and there's only that much gone from the top of it. Like, this would take me a really long time to use up. So that is my update for the whole collection of Project Pan. I honestly do not know if I will have any rollouts for next time. I'm looking here at my spreadsheet, and I think the things that are most likely to be rolled out, maybe. I mean, 10 uses on this eyeshadow palette seems like it should be no big deal, but you guys know I'm working on 500 eyeshadows right now. So I have 11 more uses needed on this Dominique Cosmetics Peach Tea Gloss. Hello, Domino, can I help you? This kitten gets into absolutely everything. So I think I could get my 11 more uses out of this. I mean, I can wear lip gloss even if I don't have a full face of makeup on. And then the second thing, if I really dedicated the time, I might be able to finish this lipstick, but I'm not sure. I'll be happy with just one rollout. 4 roll-ins for one update is really good for me, and honestly that doesn't happen really ever, so this is a fluke, but that also means I'm less likely to have a lot of rollouts in the upcoming updates as well. But that's all I have for you guys today. I'm very excited with the new items I'm going to be working on. Let me know in the comments down below what products you think I should focus my attention on a little bit more and that you think I can get rolled out relatively quickly. If you did enjoy today's video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up so that I know, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!